Okay, so it's been a while since I made an HRV video, and basically that's where my channel started. But going back and forth doing different things, I kind of settled down on one thing, which is tech. But every once in a while I like to toss another HRV video somewhere in there. So this video is going to be about the tech that Honda has put into the HRV that can detect the simplest little things. Okay, so like a lot of Honda HRV owners, I too experienced the key light that showed up on my dash. And at first I thought it was the key fob batteries getting low, but I come to find out that wasn't the case, because when the battery in the key fob started getting low, it actually displayed on the dash. So after putting a fresh set of batteries in the key fob, that message actually went away. But then that light in the top right corner on my dash would not. After doing a couple of research, the simplest thing would be the start button, but then it could be something going on with the ignition system. At least that's what they told me when I took it to the dealer. So I dropped it off one Saturday. They gave me a loaner car. And let me tell you about the loaner car before I continue with the HRV story. So the loaner car was a Honda Civic. I came from a Honda Civic 1996 to the HRV. At first I had to get used to the ride height because it was sitting a little higher. So after all these years of owning the HRV, I am accustomed to that ride height. So when I got back in the Civic, it was so low I feel like I was sitting on the ground. And to be honest with you, I didn't like it. The car itself had all the latest tech because it was a 2019 Honda Civic. So all that new Honda sensing feature was inside of this vehicle. But I just couldn't get used to the ride height. Now the Honda Civic itself looked nice, interior and exterior. And as you can see by these photos that I took, just an overall look at it, it looked pretty sharp. But I just can't see myself going back to this size of vehicle, especially when I move from it to the HRV. It's just the ride height. That's just that one thing I noticed about the Civic versus the HRV. So that's all I want to say about the Honda Civic. Now let me get back to the HRV. What's impressive about the HRV is the fact that Honda has put all this tech into it to detect the simplest thing. Of course, tire pressure sensor has always been a part of different cars and stuff like that. But this thing knows exactly when the switch that starts the car is going bad. Now, if you've been driving car for years, you already know that if your ignition switch or anything that goes out on your previous vehicle probably never tell you that it's going bad. So I give Honda props to at least let you know that the switch is going bad, instead of the switch going bad and you can't start the car and you wouldn't know what the problem is until you get it towed to the dealer. So at least they give you enough time to take it in to get it fixed before you're stuck somewhere on the road. And even the key fob, just to let you know that the battery's getting low, so it's time for you to change it. Now, if the battery runs out on the key fob before you change it because you ignore all the messages, then guess what? You don't have to worry, because you can still get into every parts of the vehicle by just having the key fob with you. So to get in the trunk, all you have to do is have the key fob in hand, squeeze the back button, and the trunk is going to open. And if you need to get into the driver or the passenger door, of course, there's that spare key that's built in that you just take out the little key fob just like this, and then you stick it in the keyhole of the door, turn it, the door is going to pop open. Now, to start your HRV with a dead key fob, all you have to do is put this as close as possible to the start button, press it, and the vehicle is going to start. And your salesperson that sold you the car probably already told you this, but if you never knew, now you know. And if you're planning on buying an HRV, at least now you know what to do in case that should happen in the future. So as you can see now what I'm talking about, the tech that Honda has put into the HRV to start the car with a dead key fob, still open the trunk by just having the key fob, get inside the door, and even let the vehicle tells you when something is going wrong with the start switch and the key fob battery is dying. So those are just little added touch right there. And I'm pretty sure there's some stuff that will let you know what's going on with the vehicle that I personally haven't experienced yet. You might have. And if you have, go ahead and put it in the comments so we can share it with others. So hopefully nothing else goes wrong. But right now, my 2016 Honda HRV is still running smooth. At the time of this video, I'm like over 45,000 miles. And I did all the preventive maintenance so far based on the mileage on the vehicle. As a matter of fact, the last thing I had done was the fuel injection cleaning. So while they were fixing the start button and I was rocking that loaner, I told them to go ahead and clean that out too. So I can get another 40,000 miles out of it easily. Okay, so one last topic about the HRV before I go. So Honda has released the 2020 HRV. Now, if you have the 2019, there's no major difference. So there's no major upgrade, I should say, between the 2019 and the 2020. The only major difference is year number. So basically Honda is doing the same thing like they did with the 2016 and the 2017, where there wasn't any major change. Only thing they changed is the year number. But if you just purchased the 2019, there's no major difference between that and the 2020. So you're not really missing out on anything major. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to point out those little things that Honda has done to the HRV, all the technology that they put in there to making the car a little bit wiser in my eyes. Now, as far as the future of the HRV, my prediction is they have a hybrid CRV. So I think the next step is to have a hybrid HRV and maybe a turbo edition. Who knows what the future might hold for the HRV if Honda keeps it in the product line. Maybe they might release one that's all electric. I'm down with that. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.